We got some massive news regarding Zebec ETFs and more. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, today we're talking about the one, the only beautiful Zebec network. Now, I will also have a double upload for today, so make sure to check out that technical analysis as there are some nice points made there. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we will be talking about Uphold Inc. either on the Sunday or Monday, because people just think this is just a a kind of like company where you can just buy cryptos on, kind of like a Coinbase or whatever, but they're actually much bigger than that. Okay, so we're gonna talk about how big Uphold are, and how big Uphold is, I guess, in the next couple of days regarding to Zbec and etc. Listen, I know I'm kind of all over the place, but let's just jump into it. I'm really excited to be breaking this down. We can see speed, precision, trust. Our campaign with Uphold Inc. officially kicks off next week with our first NBA and NHL stadium takeovers going live on November 10th. Radio ads will also begin next week in the same cities where the games take place. So, I mean, huge. We are going to be playing this. You can see, boom, this is the ad, right? This is the ad. And I mean, it's my first time seeing it, so I'm actually going to enjoy it for what it is. And we can see, right? We have the green theme from Uphold Inc. We have Uphold, Zebec everywhere. I believe this is AI. I mean, this has to be AI. When we go and look at this once again, we can see they always use XRP. I mean, they always use XRP. I cannot stress how much evidence and flirtation and teasing there is with XRP, Ripple partnership. They consistently do it. And you know what? I think if there wasn't something happening behind the scenes, um, there could be some lawsuits or some, XRP might say something because this could be considered as false advertising. This could be considered as a couple of other things. But the fact that they always use XRP, Ripple for a lot of things, the fact that it was like, Ripple partnership on the site at one point, I'm telling you, this is huge. This is a sleeping giant in the making. Anyways, let's continue this ad. And we can see, right? Zbec Network, boom, Uphold. And yeah, I'm super excited. I might even watch the games. I'm not even like that big of a hockey or basketball guy. I actually do think they're great sports, but it's just something I just don't watch for some reason. But I might have to be there just to see in person. Well, not in person, but on the television to see if I see Zebec or Uphold. But they should be on the jersey, right? They should be on the jersey. Listen, boom. This is the big thing I want to talk about, right? Zebec fam, this could be massive, and I mean massive news on the ETP/ETF front for Zebec. Institutional money, people, all the naysayers saying there can't be an ETF, it's too early. Okay, the pictures show otherwise. Zoom in on the wallets, and what do we see? Falcon X Global, right? Boom. The largest digital assets prime brokerage for the world's leading institutions are moving tons in Zebec. Now, who is Falcon X? Falcon X equals institutional digital asset prime broker, founded in 2018, right? 2 trillion plus in trading volume, 2,000 plus institutional clients, hedge funds, banks, assets managers, deep liquidity, custody, financing, global access. October 2025, acquired 21 shares, a top ETP/ETF issuer. They don't touch retail, they execute for institutions only. And now they're stacking at Zbec like it's going into a regulated product. ETP/ETF exposure incoming question mark. Zbec just went from DeFi dark horse to institutional radar. Let's effing go. And we can see it's actually got a decent amount of traction, 25,000 views, 300 something likes. So shout out to Zbec, man. Shout out to Ghost. There's actually a few other people as well. I'm blanking out a little bit, but shout out to all the people that consistently post about Zbec. You guys are amazing. And we can see, right? It might not be the most amount. It's still a good amount. It's still mid six figures, right? We still see mid six figures being transferred and etc. We still see a good amount of money in this, but that's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Institutions are slowly positioning themselves in for Zbec, and they have been, right? They have been. And here's the deal, right? If someone like Falcon X, I don't know exactly what price they position themselves in, but if they even position themselves a little bit earlier or a little bit, like a couple months ago, they clearly have a big vision for this project. And they're clearly a high probability of them getting more in the near future. We have so many wallets to be tracking. We have Falcon X, we have like the Fire one, we have Coinbase, we have Binance, right? We have a couple more. And that's what I'm saying. These institutions, they're in this project. And, I understand why you might stress out. You might be like down 10%, 20%, maybe even more. But I'm telling you, these institutions are willing to put money in Zebec and they don't care necessarily about getting the most perfect price. Then, in a way, you gotta ask yourself, why do you, right? Why are you stressing out? You really gotta change your mindset here a little bit because I'm telling you, I understand it's very stressful and people want quick results, but look, Falcon X ain't no joke, right? Falcon X ain't no joke. This is more evidence potentially for an ETF issuer, for ETFs. And at the bare minimum, all we do know for 100%, more institutions are getting Zebec. That is for sure, right? That is 100% guaranteed. Okay, so very, very, and I mean, very extremely exciting news. That is what we love to see. We can see that, look, Captain Zach Zebec. Now, this is also one of the people that consistently post. And I believe, oh my God, I'm forgetting. We're gonna go through my notifications after. We're at the very end. Anyways, you see, this is the 30 day of the community asking you to list Zebec. Mr. Binance, right? The community demands Binance listing. Okay. They demand it. They demand it. Now, this person did say, well, we already know this Poo exchange called Binance charges 3% of the supply to list. So F them, simply a dirty player trying to secure position to dump on the community. All right. And here is the thing. I do believe, business is business. Things can get negotiated. And at the end of the day, you might not believe it, but we are going to be bigger than Binance. I think we're already bigger than Binance personally. When we are with some of the biggest banks in the world, we are seeing a lot of institutional play on our side. We are seeing big boy wallets consistently accumulate Zebec. And for me, it's like, yes, Binance, one of the biggest, crypto exchanges in the world, probably like the biggest one, top three for sure. And look, that's great, but like at the end of the day, are they really going to move the needle so much for us? Right? Yes, of course, it's a nice thing to have on the resume, but is it better than some of these, banks we're with, MasterCard, JP Morgan? Like, is it better than that? Like, I don't really think so. And even if it was slightly better than a JP Morgan and MasterCard, for example, I mean, we have so many of them combined, right? We have MasterCard, JP Morgan, we have Circle, like I said, with just a couple ones, the other ones I mentioned, and we could put those all collectively together. I mean, it's definitely bigger than Binance at this point. So yes, Binance is a great, great, great add-on. By the end of the day, um, it's just I think we're already past the point of Binance really being a key player for our success in this cycle, in these markets. Listen, this is going to be one of the final things we talk about. The more I read about Zebec, the more I like it. Wish I found it when 1 million Zebec was $700 instead of 3K. So this is what my boy Crypto, I'm just gonna call him Crypto Bear, Crypto Rory is saying, right? Me too, brother. Me too. People don't like it when you're like, yo, I want this coin to go down because they're like, what the hell? I'm gonna see more red. You're just like, listen, I'm just being selfish. I'm just being honest. Let me buy, honest to God, go down 50% for an hour. Okay. Go down 50, 60% for an hour, Mr. Zebec. Let there be another flash crash. And you know what? Let me actually be able to buy it on the exchanges that I'm on and have money there. So I could buy Zebec for super cheap. And then we can get corrected and then we can start altcoin season. What about that? What a fantastic time would be. Okay. No, but seriously though, like I actually do really want to buy a lot more Zebec for a little bit of a cheaper price, just a little bit of a cheaper price. So I am being a little bit stingy right now. I'll be honest. I'm being a little greedy, a little bit stingy. But yeah, we will go to the notifications very, very quickly because listen, boom, right? This guy too, the real Axis 360. Shout out to you for the consistent support, right? Boom, Zebec man. A lot of you guys are showing support on the feed, which is what we love to see. The technical analysis video, right? We broke things down, what all the structure means, what the price action is showing, where to expect Zebec over the next coming weeks in a future Zebec video that'll be out later today. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.